Good morning, everyone. I'm David Paul. I'm the Managing Director of VectorVest in the UK. And this morning, I would like to look at the overall UK market, and I would like to look at 6 stocks that I think have got a great deal of prospect between now and the end of the year. Firstly, the overall UK market. I believe, VectorVest believes that if you're in sync with the overall market, that's pretty much 70% of the exercise. And the first slide that I've got shows the VectorVest UK composite since the COVID sell-off way back last February. That's 2,200 shares that we follow on the LSE and on AIM. It's an equally weighted index, and it's the broadest measure of the London market that I personally know of. The red and green triangles show the longest term measure of the trend on VectorVest, and as you can see, that red triangle on the left of the chart, that was the COVID sell-off, and then a move up, and largely that bull market has been running up since the end of March last year. There's been a couple of small pullbacks along the way. One about a year ago, last November, which didn't come to much. One in July, which didn't come to much. And I think the most serious pullback that we've had since COVID was in September and October. And that, in fact, turned, and the market's been up now for the last month. So as we go into the trading day today, the short-term trend of the London market is down, and the underlying trend is still up. So our advice is just to be careful today, and the most conservative of us would wait for the short-term trend of the London market to turn back up again in sync with a longer-term trend. So a day to be careful, and probably in terms of the American long weekend, a few days to be careful about new positions. So I've got some stocks that I like the look of. I particularly like the look of the 3I group. And it's already broken up. I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago when I was on Core. And the chart's my normal layout. The candlestick chart as the price of the share. The green line above the price is the VectorVest valuation. And as you can see, the share is significantly undervalued. And the blue line study in the window below the price is forecast earnings per share, which is rising strongly over the last year and has in fact been marked up a little bit over the last day or two. The share price seems to have broken. It's on a buy recommendation. The story is good with the infrastructural package. So that looks to me as if it's got a lot of legs. Maybe it won't shoot the lights out in terms of a fast move, but it's got a lot of legs over the next few months. Now, something that can move relatively quickly is future. And again, you can see the price has pulled back over the last, 3 months now, 2 months. It's pulled back in what chartists refer to as a flag pattern, and it's pulled back to exactly an old resistance level. So that resistance has become support, and earnings per share is rising very strongly indeed. The MACD indicator for technicians that may be watching is showing a very marked reverse divergence, which is adds a great deal of weight to the fact that the trend can resume quite quickly. Many people call that formation a slingshot for its ability to predict a fast move. Okay, the share is still under the declining or the falling trend line, which defines the flag. So I think that wait for it to break up through that trend line. Keep your eye on it. If it should turn to a VectorVest buy recommendation, then I think that the probabilities favor quite a strong advance in future, and that can be a very interesting position between now and the end of the year. I still haven't bought into that. I'm watching it carefully. This is Cape Tech, and I've been in Cape Tech for quite a long time. I've added to the position along the way. The last add was under £4. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see it come back to kiss that trend line in any overall market weakness. As you can see, earnings per share rising very strongly indeed. The share is markedly undervalued, and I think all we need is the overall market to start to punch up again, and that will move strongly with it. This is Polar Capital Holdings. Numbers came out yesterday. I like the look of the numbers. The market was up on good volume yesterday on the numbers. Again, significantly undervalued, and earnings per share rising strongly. Let's just wait until it moves back onto a VectorVest buy recommendation. Okay, so that looks good. This is Atalaya Mining. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Again, undervalued. Earnings per share rising strongly, maybe not as smoothly as I would like. It's pulled back and kissed the last old top. That's when it declared a dividend recently, and is now pushing up, and looks to me as if it's just a matter of time before it gets through that old top. This is a copper miner, and certainly with copper at around this price, then they are making a heck of a lot of money. So I would be at all surprised to see that move up strongly over the next few weeks. And then the last one is a small cap, and there's no doubt that the spread on it is wide, and that will put a lot of people off. Undervalued, and it's trending up. It's got in the throes of a very strong long-term trend. It's been consolidating now for the last 4 or 5 months, and it's in fact charted a ascending triangle, which is a very bullish pattern. So the fundamentals look really good. The technical picture looks really good. It's on a buy recommendation. Certainly chartists would probably wait for a close or a couple of closes above the horizontal trend line defining the ascending triangle. So those are 6 stocks that I believe should perform reasonably well between now and the end of the year. I particularly like the setup on future. So thanks very much, folks. If you would like a 30-day trial of VectorVest UK and VectorVest World, in fact, if you go to vectorvest.co.uk, there is a Black Friday special running. You can kick the tires for 99 pence for 30 days. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, then you can stop it. VectorVest is invoiced after that. VectorVest World is invoiced at £49 per month. It's on a month-by-month basis. And my promise to you is that if you can't make money with VectorVest, you can stop it at any time. Thanks very much indeed.